Welcome back. Our next guest has faced countless tragedies head on with compassion and strength. Humphreys County Sheriff Chris Davis puts families and his community first through the most difficult times.
Yes, Sheriff Davis has seen his fair share of trials and triumphs, and the hits just keep coming. But as a pillar of leadership and compassion, the Tennessean has named you Tennessean of the Year. Congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
So deserving.
Thank you.
What does this mean to you?
It's humbling, you know. It's very humbling. At first when I was notified that I was had been nominated, it was, what have I done? I try to put myself in a situation to where, I want others. I try to treat others as I'd want myself or my family to be treated, and I just put myself in those kind of situations, and I try to be that little bit of strength and hope for people that I encounter or situations that we, come across and that we're in. And I try to that's my main goal, is just trying to treat people like I would want to be treated.
Well, you're so compassionate and humble, as we mentioned, but these tragedies, from the deadly Waverly flood to the plant explosion, just last Friday, this heartbreaking story where 4 folks were found dead inside of a home. You know these people, and that's part of being a small town sheriff, right? But how do you continue to go into them so strong?
It is, and I find my strength from those families, in talking with those families and being with those families. I find my strength from them. I'm there in their time of difficulty, their time of disaster or chaos or whatever's hit their life. And I like to be the person to where they can just say, hey, what about this? Or hey, what about that? What can we do? What can I do for you? And, a lot of times people in tragic events, when they lose a loved one, they don't really know what to do, because it's something that we never really think about. It's something that we never plan on. You don't want to plan on it. And, my career has allowed me to be in those situations. And I feel that just being there for them again, I try to want to be there and help someone just like I would want someone to help my family or my friends. Mm-hmm. So I think that's where I get most of my strength from, and just trying to, there's times I have to step back. There's times I have to depend on my friends and my family to help me get through things, and because it's not easy. It's not the good times. It's not that, and it's just try to hit it head on and get through it the best we can. So.
Well, if anything happens, you really want this guy there, because I tell you what, that compassion goes a long way. Mm-hmm. You started 40 years ago this year as a dispatcher and a jailer. We need to hear this journey.
I started with the Humphreys County Sheriff's Office, I believe it was 1986, 1987, as a dispatcher, as a jailer. Sheriff then, Ronnie Tungette, took me under his wing and taught me and taught me things that I never knew that I was going to need, or would actually, why am I doing this? Why, and he just invested in me, and I'm very thankful for that. It's led me to a career that's been very memorable, rememberable, or however I want to say that. Mm-hmm. And, it's just things that's. I look back on it and it seems like yesterday, though. That's what's crazy. It really looks like it was yesterday. So.
Started out in Humphreys County, spent a lot of time in Dixon as well, and circled back to Humphreys.
I did.
Do you have aspirations to go anywhere else or do anything else?
I love my home. Yeah. I love my home. I love being able to be with the people in the community at home, and I feel I'm where I'm supposed to be. I feel the good Lord's got me where I'm supposed to be, and doing the things that I need to be doing. So.
Amen. You can feel it. You can just feel it. What would you say is your greatest accomplishment?
Ooh, that's hard. That's really tough. I've never really looked at some of the things that I do as an accomplishment. Being the sheriff, a lot of people don't realize I took office when I was 36, 37 years old, and being able to build and do things through the time that I've been sheriff in the last 20 years and have the influence. And, you know, I always try to have that positive influence on people. I want to take somebody that's new coming into our office and build them up and try to give them a direction and a positive influence in life and help them succeed. So helping others succeed in their goals and reaching their goals and doing things, I think that's where my heart lies, you know. And I think, you know, I'm coming of the age that, okay, I know I'm not too far from retirement, and I'm looking at things, and you know, we've got a lot of young people that's coming into this profession, and yeah, I feel that it's my responsibility, as well as some of the others in our agency, to start investing and showing and the things that we've learned in our profession, and to move it forward and to keep our profession growing. I do feel very strong about law enforcement, the profession it is, and it's an art. You know, it's an art, teaching and talking and dealing with people, and how you deal with people, and it's not for everybody.
Well, you are a master artist.
I appreciate that very much.
Thank you so
very
much. Well, congratulations to
Thank you
on this honor and taking time to talk with us. We really appreciate that. We know that he is so busy, so we're thankful for all the work that you've done in this community. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you very much. Thank you.